Okay, alright, welcome to today's tutorial. So today I will be teaching how to make, I don't know the name to call the box, but something like this. This is what we'll be making today. So this paper is rough, so it's a sample anyway. So this is what we'll be making today. The closing, this flap will be longer with what we'll be making, okay, to meet. Okay, let me show you the proper one. This one was just a rough work. I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, so yeah, this one is properly finished. You can see what I mean. Well closed, so you can see the inside neatly finished. Okay, so this is what we're making today, and it doesn't take time at all. Very straight and precise. So for that box, the box measures are, I didn't give you the dimension, measures 2 5/8 by 4 5/8 by 1 5/8. So it's just 5/8, 5/8, 5/8 everywhere. Okay, so to make that box, the total size of paper that we'll be needing is 9 inches by 8 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so now on the 9 inches side, we are going to score, line my paper properly, and then score at 1/2 an inch all the way down, then 2 1/8 all the way down, then 4 6/8 all the way down, and 6 3/8. Then I will turn it once clockwise, line my cardstock properly, and then score at 1 5/8, 6 2/8, and 7 by 7/8, 7 7/8. Okay, now okay, all right, let me set this aside for now, and then let's do some folding, or no, let's do some cutting first. Okay, so this is the inside and this is the outside. Okay, now something, I'm sorry, I have to keep telling you that you should always score on the inside part of your cardstock. Okay, so that the folding will be easier. So now we'll turn this out so that we can see the score lines properly. Now this is how I do my cutting. What you're supposed to do is just to, you see this one here, this lower one, this is the top. The top has 2, so this is the flap that goes in. Okay, now this bottom part, you are meant to just cut, separate 1 2 3, and then remove this one completely, but I have my way of doing my own thing. So this is how I will do it. I like to remove the fold line. The reason is it gives my work a neater look and a well finished look. So that's why I like to remove the score line like that, and then okay, so now I'm going to cut out those score lines from below this score line here. Okay, all right, these are the score lines. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this smallest section here for the lower part, including the fold lines, the score lines on as around it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the fold line. Oh my god, it's still a score line, not yet a fold, because I've not folded it. So I don't know if you can see the score line on both sides. Okay, so now next thing I'm to do, we'll come up. We are done with the lower part. Now let's come up. These 2 sections here, this and this, I'm going to remove them completely, including the scored lines, the scored lines that I made. So I'm going to remove them completely. They are not needed. Okay, now what I'll do next, now I'll bring in my scoreboard again. Okay, reason is, this is how our box will be. This small flap here is what is holding the box together. So this is the flap at the back. So we're going to move this bigger one completely. All right, so but first let's bring our scoreboard back in. This is Nigeria, no lights. So I'm going to be I'm going to be scoring at 6/8 of an inch. I line this up like this, or you can fold. I've not folded it, so that's why. So just line it up like this, and then from at 6/8 of an inch I will score all the way. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes here. Okay, so I'm going to score on only 3 of them, leaving this 4th one like this. I will stop where the 4th one started. Okay, all right, so now we are done with the board. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to, this scoring I did here, I'm going to cut it off. Okay, and then I'm also cut this off completely, and then also cut, separate here, separate here, separate here, and then remove this one completely. But this is how I do mine, because of the fold lines, the score lines rather, that I am going to be removing. You can do your own way. Okay, you can get your own way. So I'll turn this over so I can remove the score line completely, so I can see it properly, to remove the score line. Okay, there, completely removed. Now, okay, now this score line here, I want to cut it out. Then I'm going to cut beside this fold line this way. Okay, the score line rather, my only fold line, it's not folded. So the score line is inside here now. Now I'm going to put this score line also inside here by cutting beside it like this. Now what I'm going to do is, I will now remove this score line here along with this that I've separated. Now when you're cutting inside your cardstock like this, be careful when you get to the edge. I didn't get to the edge completely. You can see still holding on to it. So what I'll do is that I'll turn it to a way that is more comfortable, so I can just snip it off like that. So you can see the score lines all around it. All right, so okay, now this score line here, let's remove it. Okay, all right, so here it is. Okay, so this is what we are going to be working with. Now I'm going to be introducing you to another tool beside the scoreboard. It's called envelope punch board. Okay, by Memory, we are memory keepers. There is also Martha Stewart, like my scoreboard is Martha Stewart. There is also EK tools, you know, different types like that. This one does a lot of different plenty works and all. Then it has its own this thing. Is it? It's also stylus and bone folder. So you can browse more about it. Envelope punch board. Okay, you can browse more about it and get to know the tool. You can get it very good. So what I'm going to do now is to round these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the corners. Okay, before I do that, let me set this aside. I need to fold on all the score lines now, so that it will be easy for me to punch the corners, to round the corners. Okay, Okay, consider this one is very simple and very quick and easy to make. Okay, all right, so now I can bring back my punch board. So now it doesn't matter anyhow you put it, whether from the inside or outside, doesn't matter. We're just going to round these corners for the top. This is the this is how our box will be. Okay, so to round these corners, around this one, and then these ones. Okay, here is for rounding inside here, and then here is for I forgot what was it again? Corner sliter, for slitting instead of cutting, just slit. So okay, so now for this one, you can use something round, maybe bottom of a cover paste, and then trace around it and cut out if you don't have this. Okay, all right, all done. So these are the pieces that we just punched out. Okay, so now the next thing to assemble our box, bringing in my double-sided tape from the outside parts. Okay, I'll just line this at the base of the score line. Okay, and then cut out the excess, and then fold on the inside part. Fold this one over. We are not putting any tape on this. We are going to apply tape on these other three parts. Okay, like this. Now normally when I'm applying double-sided tape inside, I usually line it up to the fold line where the fold line is, but for this time around I will not do that. I will leave a little space. The reason is you never can tell, maybe your hands are not straight or something, and then when you put the tape, the tape may be showing inside. So to prevent that, that's why I am putting that space. Okay, so okay, and then here as well, and the third one. Okay, so now the next place I'm going to apply my double-sided tape is at the tip, at the edge of these three, lining it up. Make sure that it doesn't come out. Okay, it doesn't come out of the cardstock. If not, you will end up having a sticky box. Just line it up properly. Don't rush. Take your time to do it. Okay, so now I'm done applying my double-sided tape. What I would like to bring in my bone folder and then pressing down properly, make sure that any bubble that is trapped under is removed. Okay, turn this over and do the same thing. Now I'm going to bring another tool for this work, and it is called a punch. This is it. This is a small punch. It's a 3/4 inch punch, not to 1 inch. Okay, so if you punch the hole, if you measure it, it's 6/8 of an inch. Okay, so now this one that doesn't have any flap, this is where we are going to punch. You have this finger hole effect where you can easily, pull the lid. Okay, so I'll just put this in, and I'll just line this up to the center between this fold line and this fold line. Line it up and then pushing it in a little, not up to that, at about 3/8 of an inch, not up to half an inch. If not, you will be seeing space. Okay, you don't need that space. This one is too small. What did I do? It moved. That is too small. See, it's too small. This is about 1/8 of an inch. I need to do that again, so I'll move it in again, lining it up properly, as straight as possible, as center as possible, and then punch. Didn't even punch. Maybe I should just hold it. Okay, this, yeah, not like it flew away, can't find it. Okay, all right, so now let's assemble our box together. Peel off the backing tape, and then the excess tape, just fold it onto the main tape and the sides as well. Make sure that there is no sticky part at all. Okay, now on the second fold line, I'll fold this and then bringing this first one to meet it, lining it up properly. Make sure you don't miss it. I'm only placing it beside the fold line. Why is this thing doing like this? And then just press it down. Okay, so it's very flat. Okay, so while it is still flat, I will raise these ones so the 4 flaps are here, and then to reveal the double-sided tape, then peeling off the backing tapes. We're almost done. Yep. Now carefully take each flap that has double-sided tape and then fold over any excessive tape that may be coming out. Okay, just use your hand to fold it over any excess tape that may be coming out from anywhere. And this, okay, all right, so now I am done. Next thing is to bring in my PVC glue. Yeah, because I want it's going to be carrying this base, is going to be bearing weight, so I need it to be as strong as possible. Now this one doesn't have any tape. Fold these ones away. Okay, I'll just fold it in. If it wants to go in, let it go in, because I'm still going to push it out from inside, and then apply my liquid glue in the center where there is no double-sided tape. Okay, and then fold this, lining it up properly to this edge, and then this as well, fold it over, line it up. Now for this one, to cover it, just use your finger as guide on both sides. Okay, there. Now I'll stand it, and then bringing a longer tool, I'll just, let me fold these ones out of the way so we can see. I'll just apply pressure on the inside, the edges especially. There, we are done. You can see the inside, well finished. Okay, so that is all. Just close your box and you are done. So thank you. We are done with today's class. Thank you, and see you in the next tutorial.